Hello everyone. There is probably no one who doesn't like dinosaurs. They are probably the most popular species of extinct animals. But the image of dinosaurs that most people conjure up in their minds is mainly shaped by novels and movies such as Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, the authors of these works took considerable liberties with scientific facts, as well as with information that is now outdated. In modern science, the popular image of the lizard as a gigantic scaled and poikilotherm is almost a thing of the past. So what does modern science present us with instead? Welcome to our channel. We are going to reveal everything from now on. We're going to show you some very special facts that will completely overturn your image of dinosaurs. Let's get started. Most dinosaurs had feathers. Most of the dinosaurs we know about are species whose existence has been scientifically confirmed by fossilized bones. We often have to rely on speculation about internal organs and skin. For example, we quickly learned that dinosaurs are related to modern reptiles. Based on that fact, researchers in the 19th and 20th centuries imagined dinosaurs to be like modern snakes, crocodiles, and lizards covered with scales. In the 1990s, however, a small number of dinosaurs were discovered in China that were clearly covered with feathers. They found traces of feathers etched into the rocks where the fossils were discovered. Today, dozens of known species are confirmed to have been covered in feathers. Moreover, it is known that early dinosaurs may have already had feathers. Species that are certain to have had feathers include smaller ones, such as Psittacosaurus, and larger ones, such as Tyrannus, a distant relative of Tyrannosaurus. As for Tyrannosaurus itself, researchers today speculate that it had feathers which, however, only covered its upper body. Dinosaurs were homeotherms. We learn in our high school biology classes that modern reptiles are cold-blooded animals, or more precisely, that they are poikilotherm. This refers to animals whose body temperature changes depending on the temperature of the surrounding environment. They are very active during the warmer months, but in the winter, they freeze and become dormant. Dinosaurs, which were considered reptiles, were long thought to be poikilotherm. However, recent studies have shown that this was probably not the case. Contrary to popular belief, there was no tropical paradise stretching from the North Pole to the South Pole at the time of the dinosaurs. There were periods of rapid cooling, and even in the warmest of times, the polar regions had temperature climates with cold and snowy winters. Nevertheless, there were dinosaurs that lived in the polar regions, and they appear to have been active even in winter. Researchers have examined the available physiological data on dinosaurs and concluded that at least the larger dinosaurs must have been homeothermic. Their own hypothesis is that body temperature may have varied with age, ranging from around 25 degrees Celsius in young individuals to 35 degrees Celsius in adults. Dinosaurs are alive today. As is widely known, dinosaurs disappeared 65 to 66 million years ago in a mass extinction between the Cretaceous and Paleogene periods, caused by a meteorite that fell in what is now Mexico. This fact is considered common knowledge. But what if dinosaurs are still alive and well? Moreover, what if you looked out your window and you could see a herd of dinosaurs right now? Don't rush to close the video screen. This is not April Fool's Day. This is not a joke. This is not a tease. This is not me suddenly losing my mind. This is about scientific classification systems. Scientists like to put everything in a box and classify it, but nature is rather chaotic and will actively resist such attempts. This is not a big deal to anyone with even a passing interest in science. Researchers have decided that in the case of dinosaurs, there are two major groups, the Saurischiae and the Ornithoschia. There was early evidence that birds, as a biological species, are descended from dinosaurs and, even more counterintuitively, from the Saurischiae, but not from the Ornithoschia. Specifically, the Theropota maniraptora is thought to be the ancestor of birds. The more research was done on early birds and dinosaurs, the more boundaries became blurred. For example, the large-bodied Changu was a dinosaur, but its appearance was more reminiscent of a bird. Eventually, paleontologists decided to do away with the distinction altogether. Most experts now classify birds as a Saurischiae theropota, and call the mass extinction between the Cretaceous and Paleogene periods the end of the non-avian dinosaur. In other words, what is pecking at your window right now is a small dinosaur in the pigeon or sparrow family. For breakfast, you might have had a fried egg made from the egg laid by a galliforms dinosaur to which the chickens belong. If you live in a warmer country, you could see dinosaurs belonging to the crane family returning in the spring after wintering in warmer regions. Were dinosaurs doomed to extinction? Turning back to the extinction of non-bird dinosaurs, some people have a very simple description for this. They say that a meteorite fell and killed off all the numerous creatures that had thrived. This is, of course, nonsense. The animals that this visitor from heaven annihilated were only those in the vicinity of the fall and those caught in further forest and prairie fires. More educated people know that the problem was not the meteorite itself, but the large amount of dust, ash, and soot that was thrown up into the air by its fall. That is what caused the anomalous winters over the years that prevented the dinosaurs, at the top of the biosphere, from surviving. But this idea is also rather one-sided. In fact, throughout the Cretaceous period, the last chapter of the dinosaur era, the Earth was changing rapidly and irreversibly. Firmly rooted, flowering plants appeared and spread rapidly across the land. This led to the strengthening of riparian soils, which were no longer eroded as violently by water as before, and as a result, the chemical composition of the world's oceans changed. There is no reason why this should not affect the entire biosphere. What had an even greater impact on the ecosystem is mammal. The first individuals appeared as old as the dinosaurs, and their direct ancestors were even older. But it was not until the Cretaceous period that their numbers began to increase significantly. The mammals of this period were mostly small animals, such as rats and squirrels. They cannot beat Tyrannosaurus or Triceratops, but they don't have to in the first place. They ate dinosaur eggs and newborn dinosaur kids. In short, the era of dinosaur dominance was coming to an end no matter what. After that, if there was some dramatic change in the natural environment, the situation would quickly shift to mammals and birds. Even if the meteorites had not hit, the dinosaurs would have been sacrificed to climate change and changes in the chemical composition of the atmosphere due to continental drift. Anyhow, they would not have survived to this day. At best, their descendants would have survived somewhere in a corner of the Earth, such as Madagascar. Tyrannosaurs have short paws to avoid being bitten off? Finally, here's an interesting hypothesis. This is one that may be taken as fact. The problem of forepaws of some large dinosaurs, including Tyrannosaurus, has long been a concern of paleontologists. Their paws are so small that they cannot even reach their own mouths, yet they are very powerful. What could be the cause of this? Various hypotheses were proposed, but the most interesting one was proposed by researchers at Berkeley University. According to them, it all lies in the distinctive lifestyle of the Tyrannosaurus. Young tyrannosaurs are not as big or strong as adults, and food is often scarce. They were often forced to let their prey flee from them, or lose in life-threatening fights with each other. This led to fierce competition among members of the same tribe for prey that they could manage to defeat. In this process, Tyrannosaurus often lost their forelegs, which would have reduced their chances of survival. As a result, individuals with short, sturdy forepaws that could not be so easily bitten off gained an evolutionary advantage. Many researchers have expressed skepticism about this hypothesis. Moreover, since it was published in late March, early April, many dismissed it as an April Fool's joke. But it is probably too early to say so, because other hypotheses are equally dubious. Also, many large dinosaurs unrelated to Tyrannosaurus also had small paws. In other words, there was some factor common to many dinosaurs that made these physical characteristics evolutionarily advantageous. The fierce competition for prey may have been another factor. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing and liking our channel, and then please leave your thoughts and requests in the comments. We will be leaving you for a little while. See you again. Bye.